shake your dreams from your hair. I'm already there, right beside you. So please, don't hide your safe. I'll be there if it breaks, right beside you. Suddenly I know now how it feels. I no longer have to beg or steal. I can stand now on this higher ground, where love is just a sound.
Hey everyone, Crystal here with Gecko Diva. Nice to see you. Welcome. We're here live at CRB, and this is a first because I'm doing this with my guest beside me today. So we have Jesse here from Exo Terra. So we're skipping all the tea time, and we're going straight to the interview. How are you today?
Pretty good, pretty good. Stayed up a little late with the community of hobbyists last night, so that was fun. So voice is a little hoarse, but otherwise I should be just fine here.
You think you went singing karaoke last night? Woke up with a little dry voice.
Yeah, just a lot of raised voices and projecting, and also all the talking yesterday. So I talked to a lot of people here at the expo, and they all want to learn how to set up their pet reptile in the best way.
That's awesome.
I spent a lot of time just coaching people on how to properly do it. What is the right size environment? What is the right lighting to go with it? And then send them off to our retail partners that are here at the show.
Yeah, we had a pretty good first day too. It was really busy, a good crowd of people coming through nonstop.
I've always loved this event. I've been going to it for over 25 years.
Okay.
Probably, and watched it grow. And it's grown to this incredible size that's just so amazing. The variety of different species that you see is wonderful. It's really, really wonderful.
That's awesome.
For the hobby here.
So we're going to say some good morning to some people who hopped in the chat. And if there's any issue with the volume, let me know. We're lucky because we're here before it starts. So we don't have all the background noise. So I can actually hear what Jesse's saying. Because I know yesterday I hopped on Chris's show.
Okay.
And that's the one thing. I already have a hard time sometimes hearing when other people are asking me questions. And then you have the background noise and it makes it a little bit more difficult too. You're like, oh, sorry, can you repeat that? So we get lucky. It's not too loud today.
No.
So let's see who's the early birds this morning. So we have Michael in the chat this morning. Good morning. Cassandra's in the chat. Good morning. Kevin, where is he hiding? He was right here. Oh, he's right there. I see him. Good morning. And we have Great White Morphs in the chat. Good morning. Just like we do the shows all the time, if you guys have questions, if you have anything you want to kind of chime in or want to interact, this is live. So you can pop your questions in here. I'll keep looking for them and we'll be able to kind of pop them up and see if we can answer them for you. I think what we'll start with is give us a little background about yourself. Like, how did you get into reptiles?
Well, I was one of those classic kids who would go with mom and dad to the pet shop. I'm from Montreal.
Okay.
So I would go to nature pet centers. They're still around, family-run chain, and I would be asking for a pet reptile. Actually, namely, not even a reptile, it's an arachnid.
Okay, so you went right to spiders.
Well, not keeping them initially.
Okay.
But straight to emperor scorpion is what I wanted.
Oh wow.
I was never allowed. And then when I turned 18, a friend of mine working at a garden center, she brought me a little baby anole that came out of an imported plant, probably from Florida. And I took this thing in, learned how to care for it. Yes, was still at home, but mom and dad were, okay, whatever, do this. But they didn't know that one lizard would explode into a whole collection of them.
Total passion.
And it was 1999, 98. I discovered in a store in Montreal the first crested gecko I've ever seen.
Oh wow.
And I'm holding this little thing. It looks like a dragon to me. This little miniature dragon going, man, and it's letting me hold it. Look at this. That one
That's
was
so
missing
cool.
its tail. So I asked the store to give me a deal on it because of that. And then finally got a pair not long after. And I was possibly one of the first people breeding crested geckos in Quebec. And I know that that friend that got me into this, she still has a female crested gecko from me.
Oh,
that
no way.
was born in 1998.
Wow.
So we're looking at a 27-year-old female
That's
crested gecko
wild.
that's never been bred, that's still alive and kicking and doing well today. So
I
yeah,
think that's the number one question that I get when people come and learn about the geckos and they want to know more is how long do they live for, right? And you give them a ballpark, and it's all really dependent on the care
yes,
at the end of the day.
absolutely.
But she must have been cared real good for that crested gecko to live up.
We've improved care for these pets so much.
Mm-hmm.
I know of bearded dragons that are surpassing 15 years of age and are still very healthy, as they were 5 years before that.
Yeah.
So how we've improved the environments, the lighting, the diets,
Yeah.
always striving to get to what is closest to their natural world. So that is Exo Terra's slogan: make your reptile feel at home.
Okay.
I repeat this story all the time. I often will get asked by people that don't keep reptiles, how do you know that animal is happy
Mm-hmm.
in that environment? And I say, well, it doesn't really have a way to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
We think that if it eats, sleeps, goes to the bathroom, and even reproduces,
Yeah.
that it's happy. But I think there's even scientific papers proving that that actually may not necessarily be the case, that they might actually be under a lot of stress.
Yeah.
So for me, my way in my head, knowing that a reptile is happy, is because I've recreated its environment in captivity as closely as possible
Okay.
to make it feel at home.
Well, and
So
there's
that's-
been so many just innovations, right, in
Yeah.
care of reptiles, and new products and new things coming out all the time, and we're still learning and improving on different things. Why don't we go into how you got involved with Exo Terra and kind of share a little bit your role with them?
Sure. So I am Canada's for the company Hagen. Let's see if I find this on this box somewhere. Actually, right here. Trying to hold it towards the camera. It's written there. You'll always find it on an Exo Terra product package. Hagen's the parent company of Exo Terra
Okay.
that started in Montreal, Quebec, Canada in 1955.
Okay.
So Exo Terra is a Canadian company at the end of the day.
Awesome.
And the brand came about in the year 2000. So this year we're actually celebrating our 25th anniversary.
Oh, that's
So it's a really big year for us, a huge product launch year. So how I came into Hagen and Exo Terra, I mean, it was a blend of my passion, and I've worked with a lot of people before, customer service and sales. And then for many years, I worked for a company, family-run reptile birthday party company
Wow.
in Montreal. Now today called Repti-Zoo. When I started, it was called Fine Line Serpents. Still
okay.
good friends with the owner, Patrick Benatar, not the singer. But yeah, and I gained a lot of my experience working from year 2000 to 2007 for Repti-Zoo, caring for a collection of over 200 reptiles, amphibians, and arachnids, including crocodilians.
Oh, wow.
It was just an awesome experience. Being a teenager, having watched Steve Irwin on TV and being so inspired by that guy's enthusiasm and love for what he did. And then I was working with.
Yeah.
And
It's like a
it was
dream
just,
job.
oh yeah, I mean, it's just my mind just went pow. I'm like, oh my gosh,
I could do this every day.
And to myself, I always say it's like I took the red pill or the blue pill,
Yeah.
and decided to go down this rabbit hole and exploring my passion where it could take me. And that's what I always tell people as well. It's like, if you've got a passion for something, stick with it.
Yeah.
Stick with it. It'll bring you to where you want to go. And I happened upon the Hagen Company. Living in Montreal, I always saw the global head office on the Trans-Canada Highway.
Mhm.
I said, oh man, that place is really big. And then that same friend, it's funny, she's a good special best friend of mine, my friend Susan. She said, well, Mark Hagen comes by and does donations. She's a director of a wild bird rehabilitation center
Okay.
called Lunichoir in Hudson. And she said, yeah, he loves reptiles. I think you should apply to Hagen. And I did. It took me 2 years to get into the company. But
you worked it. You're
yes,
like,
yes, I did. I called and followed up, and then finally got a job. Started as an inside sales representative. I think it was more of a learning position at the time.
yeah.
But then everyone quickly learned about how much I love reptiles, and I guess my knowledge about them. I'll never be a person that stands here and says I know everything. No, I
Mhm.
don't. I learned so much from all of you too,
Mhm.
and it's awesome. I love it. I love
Well,
doing
I think like also having that passion, right? Because you love reptiles, it helps being in a sales role because you can understand what people are
Yeah.
wanting, right? And you can kind of relate on that level with them.
Mhm.
And it helps you, make sure that have a clientele that's happy with what they're getting and what
Yes.
they're looking for,
Oh
right?
yeah. I strive for this, and when I come to Toronto, I visit a lot of our best customers when I come for these shows, especially because I am in from out of town.
Yeah.
I just love seeing all the faces, all the different social media creators that are here. A lot of them have become very good friends, and it's a tight knit community. So I really like that.
Yeah, and this is like CRBE is a huge show every year. Like
Yes.
it's the place to be.
Yeah, Canada's largest reptile expo,
Yeah.
combined with the Canadian Pet Expo. So
Yeah.
if you come, you're not just going to see this. There's even more. It's huge.
Well, and you
Absolutely
try to
huge.
recruit other people too, right? You have
Yeah.
people come in with their dogs and they're like, "Oh, what's this?"
Oh yeah.
And even we have plant people because we have a whole plant section.
Yes.
And there's a lot of
yeah.
people who are interested in things like, doing terrariums. And so you can kind of like, oh, well, you can do a larger terrarium in nice enclosure and do a whole bioactive setup and then
Yes.
kind of break through into maybe keeping reptiles or frog, amphibians. And
Oh yeah. The live plant scene is really, really taken off. At this event, I mean, you'll see some of the most beautiful exotic plants I've ever seen in one place.
yeah.
So if you're a hardcore plant person or want to combine the two, combining the two is the ultimate, really. And that's what our terrariums are kind of perfect
Yeah.
for. They're the vessel that creates that world within your own home, and bringing in that piece of nature closer to you.
Yeah. Do you find that you have clients that are not into reptiles or are more geared into plants or like a high humidity plant where they're looking to get terrariums to kind of keep that?
There's some. There are some garden centers that are our customers, and they will have accounts with Hagen, and they will order products specifically for creating a plant terrarium.
Yeah, like a little biodome.
So I know of some that do this, and often they get into poison dart frogs.
Yeah.
Kind of go hand in hand. We have a beautifully planted terrarium, and they kind of complete the circle of that bioactive setup. Or there's some other small animals. I'm starting to get personally into vampire crabs.
Oh, I've seen those are really neat.
Yes, yes. I just picked up in Calgary some Mandarin orange arm vampire crabs. Absolutely beautiful. I'll send you a photo. Maybe you could show it at some point, or maybe, I don't know, comments. I have no idea where you maybe share
Yeah, well,
that.
we'll pop it on a story. Yeah, we'll share it.
And very fascinating little guys. But now I've set them up in this terrarium, and I don't see them very often. They have burrowed down into the substrate and they come out. But that's the thing. It's like for me, as long as I know they're there and I get to see one once in a while,
Yeah.
it's a treat. But otherwise, the terrarium they're in is very beautiful.
That's cool. So what else do you keep? So you have the vampire crabs. Do you
Yeah,
have-
I do have dart frogs at home,
Okay.
and I've got a mix of Dendrobates, different morphs of Dendrobates tinctorius,
Mhm.
and I have Ufaga pumilio blue jeans.
Okay.
Actually, I think the Latin name may not be right, but I remember reading somewhere that they're actually like Ufaga typographica.
Okay.
I think the name was. Anyway, could be wrong. Someone correct me. But yeah, and I have arachnids. So
Okay.
I started getting back into. I kept a lot more in the past, and now since I'm in parental life, I have young children at home. I have a bit less time,
Mhm.
so the arachnids require less care, and I still find them fascinating, even though they don't move around very much. So I have some Carolina wolf spiders.
Okay.
I've always loved emperor scorpions.
I was gonna ask you, did you get your scorpions?
Not here at the show, but I might be looking at some scorpions next week. And I had an emperor scorpion that was born with me in 2008, and it lived for 15 years.
Oh wow.
And it was a male. So I've read in some of the like Bibles about scorpions that the emperors can live up to 25 to 30 years.
Okay.
So maybe the females live longer. But yeah, I've kept amblypygids and neuropygids, and I mean all these different arachnids and some dangerous species in the past. But then I quickly realized it was a thrill that could get dangerous. So there are some scorpion species that I won't keep anymore,
Yeah.
especially with having kids at home. In Quebec, you are permitted to have some of the most dangerous species of scorpions,
Okay.
but you rarely find them.
Was
So
it,
that's
Tarantula Canada, I think, is
Yeah.
on the Quebec side, right? Yeah.
they're an incredible tarantula aficionado
Mhm.
breeder, and they import from different countries as well. But the variety of tarantulas, oh my goodness,
Yeah,
it's absolutely amazing.
I've grown up afraid of spiders.
Oh,
And
okay.
then, you start watching, like, just like anyone does when you're watching a lot of the online, like on YouTube, you kind of want to learn more about reptiles, and you're like, oh, like there's these shows about tarantulas, the tarantula cat, tarantula collective. You kind of
Yeah.
expand and become curious about it.
Mhm.
And you hear stories of other people who were started off afraid of spiders and got jumping spiders to try to
Oh yeah,
get over their fear.
cute,
So I
cuddly
like
looking little
one
guys.
day I'm like, well, I'm just gonna buy some tarantulas. So I bought some from Tarantula Canada, had them sent to me, and so I have a couple of them. I've held one,
Okay.
but they still kind of make me a little nervous.
Oh,
But
yeah.
now I'm not
course.
afraid when I see spiders like in my house. I tend to want to grab them and bring them outside.
Well, you've learned about them.
Yeah.
I always remind everybody that we are humans,
Mhm.
and it is natural for you to fear the unknown. So the more you know about it, the less you're afraid and nervous around it.
Yeah. And funny enough, I have an Asian forest scorpion
Yes.
who I didn't know was gravid.
Oh,
And
Yep.
she had 23, and I have a few of them here. So you'll
Awesome.
have to come see me after.
oh,
Because
cool.
I do have some little, so yeah, there's no way I'm keeping 23 baby scorpions
Yeah.
when they originally just wanted one.
Yep. Well, that's usually what happens. These are sometimes wild caught,
Yeah.
and they come in, and that's what happened with me in 2008. I had a big female that I had her for a year,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden she gave birth a
Yeah.
year. So they gestate for a very long time, but it also there's the story of the fact that maybe they retain sperm, and then when they have optimal conditions, that's
Mhm.
when they'll produce their babies. And
Which makes you feel really good because then
Yeah.
you're like, I gave it an optimal condition.
Yes,
It's nice and
yes,
Exo Terra enclosure.
yeah, that's right.
While we talk about some products, this, of course, we usually talk about Gecko. So before we talk about what's on the table, or maybe one of them, maybe, but
Yeah,
why don't you share some information with everyone on some of the products that you have that would be helpful for gecko keepers?
all depends on the species, of course.
Yeah.
We have some
Let's
more
stick to
arid.
New Caledonian for
Okay.
now. Yeah.
One product that I have here on the table that I really enjoy the idea of this is when you go to tropical countries, the air humidity is high,
Mhm.
like sometimes 100%. It's not raining all the time.
Mhm.
So when we are creating a moist environment in captivity, we're often spraying with a misting system
Yeah.
to humidify that environment, but sometimes spraying it often too much and everything is wet.
Okay.
But when you go to some of these countries and the air is 100% humidity, but the leaves on the ground, the rocks, the trees, the wood is dry to the touch. So this product over here, this new one, the humidifier,
There you go.
I love this thing.
Okay.
This will sit on the floor. It has enough tubing to reach to the tallest to the top of our tallest terrarium on its stand,
Okay.
and a very large reservoir. It holds 1.2 gallons or 4.5 liters
Okay.
of water, and you can create the best kind of humid environment for that crested gecko
Mhm.
without spraying it all the
Spraying
time.
it all the time, and yeah.
And using this in conjunction with our thermostat hygrostat,
Mhm.
when you plug it into that, you can govern the humidity level, and it uses the water very efficiently in that way.
Okay.
So I have it set at the office. I have a crested gecko there, and I have this set with the hygrostat for 65% humidity, not too high, not too low,
Mhm.
and it just bogs the terrarium when it needs to.
Okay.
If you run this thing continuously, your terrarium will be a cloud forest. And there'll be
You're like,
some
can't
living.
see.
Yeah, can't see anything. Sometimes the animals might start to have problems breathing, but yeah. So I really recommend using that with a hygrostat device like ours, and also what could work as a timer.
Mhm.
It doesn't need to fog all day. Often in nature, we see fog in the morning,
Yeah.
in the evening, and then it dissipates when the sun warms it and clears out for the day.
Mhm.
So that's something I do really like, that concept and idea about caring for that animal. I'll still use a misting system or
Mhm.
spray bottle if you're home a lot. I'm not, so I need to have all these innovations to help me.
And the other thing too is if you're someone who has a lot of different animals, different species, like there's something to be said to have it set up where there is timers, so you
Yes.
don't forget to do something, you know,
Yes.
in between, like, oh, did I spray that enclosure? Did I not? Like once it's set and you're good to go, you know, you just have to kind of check on it and make sure everything's okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
sure.
it's would be helpful too. I know I had a Brazilian rainbow boa for a while, and like a lot of frogs, like a lot of higher humidity species would.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that way you can also maybe keep the ventilation open a little bit more, rather than like a lot of dark frog keepers completely close up their terrarium.
Okay.
And you're not going to get much air movement in there. So that's something that isn't most natural, if you
Okay.
ask me. So if you have a way to keep it that high humidity level that it needs without blocking up all the ventilation on there, I think that's something that we can now try and remedy for the environment.
Yeah. We have got a question here. It says, can you use it for multiple enclosures with tubing, or one per enclosure?
So it does come with a splitter in the kit. Actually,
Okay.
on the back of the box, it shows you all the components it comes with.
Okay.
So that's really sweet. And yes, you could, with what it comes included in the box, split it to a second terrarium. And we do have an extension kit that you can purchase separately as well to
Okay.
split it onto further terrariums. I haven't gone to 3, 4 yet to try it out,
Mhm.
but I gather it would work. It would work
Okay.
just fine. Using it, however, with the one hygrostat, it may be skewed in how it's going to affect
Disturb it,
humidity on
yeah.
all
Yeah.
of those terrariums. It would have to be set up very equally, same size terrarium, all that stuff to make it least variable possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, in that way, it can be used on multiple terrariums.
Cool. Kevin says awesome. And of course, just a reminder, if anyone has any questions, now's your time.
Yeah,
Pop
now's
them
the
in the
time.
chat. Now's
I'm
the
here
time.
in live, or come see me at a show. You can always write into us on our social media, Exo Terra Canada, Facebook and Instagram. So if you have any excellent questions, we like to hear
Awesome.
them and help you out.
So what else? So we talked about humidity. So what other wonderful gadgets do you have?
Yeah,
for...
definitely gadget. This is our mini fan. Been anticipated since a joke on April Fools that was shown on our social media channels, where they showed a much larger fan in a flying Chihuahua gecko.
Oh, that's funny.
And people loved it. A lot of people still talk to me about that post. But this is the real product. No, it can't make your gecko fly. But it has it adds a very gentle current of air flow to your terrarium.
Okay.
It's super silent, and I like how it has these little teeth that grab into the screen top and hold it in
so
place.
it holds it so it
Yeah.
won't move around.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's a simple, small, yes, it's like a little computer fan, but it's got a nice housing on it. It's all held together very, very well. And if you want to reverse the flow of air, you can just flip it over.
Oh, that's cool.
I really recommend, since we live in Canada and we heat our homes in the wintertime, don't have it blowing in. Have it blowing out. Why? Because the air in our homes gets incredibly dry. I've measured RH levels in my home of lower than 20% in the coldest months, January and February. And the average humidity level of the Sahara Desert, do you know what that is?
No.
25%. So it gets drier in our homes in Canada than a desert. So that affects the animals. It affects us too.
Yeah.
So having the right humidity for those tropical species, and then adding some airflow. And of course, in the winter, I really don't recommend blowing that air in.
Yeah.
But I've even seen and observed my frogs, even though they're in enclosures that are a little bit more closed up to hold that moisture in, I still see their behaviors change as soon as the heating comes on in the home. And they start to hide more, they eat less. So definitely lots of habit changes.
Well, the enclosures have venting too, right, in the front?
Yes, yeah.
So if you're having it like this on top, it's still drawing the air through the front.
Exactly.
And it helps kind of circulate that air in the enclosure.
Especially if you're heating the terrarium, which we always are a little bit at the very least. And that ventilation strip is going to cause what we call chimney effect. So the air is going to get drawn in through that vent strip and always be going upwards because hot air rises.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with a fireplace. Many of you may not have one, but when you start a fire in a fireplace, you got to get it very hot very quickly to make sure that smoke goes up it and not into your house. And it's the same idea.
Yeah.
I'll talk about more the terrariums in a moment. I do have one other little cool device here, the Monsoon Nano. So this is adding to a third monsoon misting system to our line, and it does not come with a reservoir. So you have the choice of reservoir that you want to use. You can use soda bottle, you can use a bucket, Rubbermaid, whatever. And we call this little guy tiny but powerful. So you'll actually notice that sometimes it sprays more than our other misting systems, the other monsoons. It comes with 2 nozzles, can be adapted up to 4. And the size of the tubing has really been made for our 12 by 12 extra small footprint of the terrariums. So to get to the terrariums, there's other products that have come out this year, the T5s, absolutely incredible. We teamed up with Thomas Griffiths, Tomascus. These guys are world-renowned reptile lighting specialists to create a proprietary phosphorus blend to create what we've named Sunergy, which is now like the best UVA, UVB reptile light there is. It is the closest replicating the sun's UVA and UVB rays that are the good rays that reach the earth, and none of the bad. And they're made in Germany, very high quality. They last more than a year as well. So lasting longer, which always helps reduce carbon footprint, of course. So that's been amazing innovation. But of course, this year is Exo Terra's 25th anniversary, and we have launched our new line of terrariums. The Pro terrariums and paludariums, and 15 different sizes, 4 of which are the paludariums. I have a built-in drain. I have one here, and new sleek aesthetic design. The extra small, which was previously called mini, has a single door. The smalls have a single door now, whereas before they had dual doors, whereas the mediums and larges still have dual doors. And there's one more big launch that isn't here quite yet. We'll probably see it in the new year. Our most anticipated Vista terrariums that are flat packs that you build, and there will be 2 4-foot models. You can see them on our website. They've been there for a little while, but they're coming. So very exciting to have finally a 4-foot Exo Terra.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What specifically did they change with the new, like, is it the door you said? Like the
door, now the ventilation strip at the bottom is adjustable. So you can have it completely closed, have it in 3 different positions, and then also completely remove that front cover, so you can actually clean inside now, whereas you couldn't on the previous models.
Knowing that it's adjustable is interesting, because myself, I've looked at maybe getting into micro geckos. And I'm always kind of worried, like if the space is too large for a smaller species.
Yeah, you have to really monitor that. Keep a close eye, but maybe, there's a lot of people that make their own adjustments and sometimes add to it. Maybe a suggestion is, because the fact that you can remove that strip there, if you're really worried about something super tiny getting out, you could probably put a row of screen inside that gap, but it's convenient that now you have access to it. Whereas before you did not. We've seen people do lots of little DIY modifications to our terrariums. That's fine. I mean, they're there for you to create. What else is new on it is the cover. Now there's no clips on the exterior, again adding to that sleek aesthetic design of it. The clips to open the cover is now inside. Also, we're calling these monsoon ready. So now with an Exo Terra terrarium, you no longer need to use the suction cups for the monsoon, which we all know after a period of time they fall off. We got to stick them back on, or the actual suction cup, the rubber ages sometimes from different lighting and humidity. So that just gets away from that issue that can happen. So there's like a little gutter track inside that you can run the tubing along, and a foothold for where you place the nozzle. And then you can position and spray your nozzles in whatever direction you like. The inlet ports in the back are now self-closing. So a lot of complaints that we received is that people leave that little door open on the old one and crickets get out, or worse. But we try to tell people ahead of time, but of course, we're human. We make mistakes. I make the mistakes. So, and then there's like cable management notches in the back where you can pull the cable down and not see it sticking up out of the top of the terrarium. What else? The bottoms are a little bit more raised, so that will add for more airflow, for a heat mat being installed underneath it.
Has there been any change? Like, one thing I like is I use these enclosures for my chameleon geckos. And usually in the wintertime, my gecko room gets a little bit cooler, which is great for the Cresties, but the chameleon geckos like heat. So I like how they have the little top that you can add, so that you can have the compact top. I
love the compact top.
Heat source.
We've actually improved them. So they are now a slimmer profile. They still fit all the different lights that are for them, and the reflector inside, we've included a higher quality reflector in there to help. If you're going to use a compact fluorescent, it'll help throw those rays deeper into the environment. we insist on having the finest screen on our terrariums to allow for the maximum penetration of UV and heat
Okay.
into the terrarium. That's why those support bars are there, because otherwise we couldn't have that fine screen, because the screen still does block some of the UV and heat.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to give a shout out. We have another person in the chat. Aaron, thanks for joining. Nice to have you.
Thank you. Just trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, the door. The door has a new latch system. That's
Okay.
a push button that's located at the top,
Okay.
not at the bottom. And those doors are spring loaded like a cabinet. So you will be able to just push on the door and it will spring open. So there's no little handle or anything like that. But that's a new cool
That's
little feature
interesting. Yeah, I'll have to go check that out.
for it. Yes, come on by
What
the
one
booth.
that's unwrapped? I gotta go and check it all
Yeah,
out.
come
in
check
person.
check them out at the booth. I've got several models on display that you can take a look at and play with. And
Cool.
yeah.
And so you guys have kits too that are more specific for certain.
Yeah, whether the kits will continue is a good question.
Mhm.
Right now, in the new line, we have not brought out kits in the new Pro line yet.
Okay.
So I'll leave that to be determined at
Okay.
this time. But yes, we've had a bearded dragon, snake,
Mhm.
leopard gecko starter. I would say starter
Yeah.
kit. So it gets you started for a good value. Often all the products included in the kit ends up coming up to just the price of the terrarium itself. If you
Yeah.
bought the terrarium without all that equipment in there. So it was very advantageous to have a kit because it could save you money to begin.
Yeah, we got a good comment here. No tanks last as long as Exo Terra for sure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I definitely can myself contest that. I'm
Yeah.
a hobbyist. I've had
Same.
Exo Terra terrariums for a very, very long time. I think maybe 7-8 years ago, they improved the screen.
Mhm.
So it just doesn't rust anymore. There's never any rust on it anymore. You will
That's
never
awesome.
encounter it.
Yeah.
If it does, it's because it's a very old one from years ago. And often we have like replacement parts available, and we try to have the best customer service to take care of you as well
Mhm.
for all of our products.
Well, you're getting into now, like, a lot of people are interested in doing the design aspect of their tank, right?
Yes.
So they're not so much interested in having a kit and so on because they're wanting to do their own background and their
Yeah,
own setup
absolutely.
and make it very specific to the look that they want and to the species that they're going to care for.
Yeah, that's something we know that, and we used to have the foam backgrounds in the terrariums. We've removed those. It helps keep the same price as well. We don't want the price to go up too much. It's been very challenging
Mhm.
over the years since COVID.
Mhm.
The COVID put a lot of strain on the manufacturing machine,
Yeah.
and the demand just got way too high. So the backgrounds now has like a cardboard background on the back that you can use if you like. They are very nice.
Okay.
But yeah, this is made so you make your creation,
Yeah.
you know.
Your
And-
work of art.
yes, and here at the show, right behind us, we have the terrascaping competition
Yeah.
that we've sponsored, and yeah, that's something to see. To see these guys creating their masterpiece in short period of time too, because when I do something at home, when I do my build,
Mhm.
well, because I'm a busy dad, it might take me a little while. It could take me a month, sometimes
I'll
even
get
longer.
to it a little piece by
Yeah.
piece every night when you have
Bit by
time.
bit,
right?
do it right, and get to enjoy it instead of rushing through and making it a job. Don't
Yeah.
make it a job. Like really get into it and have fun. Become a kid again. That's
Yeah.
how I kind of look at it too.
So for some of the new keepers that might be watching, could you maybe explain a little bit the difference between like the paludarium and the terrarium? Because you're saying like this one has like a plug, right, in the bottom.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
what are the main differences between them?
So a paludarium will have a raised ventilation strip, and so that you can have more water as a water feature in the base of it. You don't need to use it that way,
Yeah.
but it has that space available so you can have water in the base, and the drain Is that going to pick up this? Maybe not.
Oh, maybe.
They're making a big announcement.
They're making an announcement because we are 15 minutes away to go time,
Yes.
where people are hopefully lining up, probably
Yeah.
lining up. Yesterday, the parking lot was wild.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was with my colleagues. We had to ditch our car and walk to a different location to get an Uber to get back to our hotel. Yeah, losing my train of thought here.
No, we'll get back onto it. We'll wait till this little announcement.
Yes.
This is the thing about being live, right?
Yeah.
Kevin says you can barely hear it. That's good to know.
Oh, good.
It's hard though because you're trying to hear this and you're trying to talk and you get
Yeah.
all confused.
Yes.
Back on the paludarium, the differences
okay,
about
yes.
how it's deeper. Yeah.
So, and yeah, all four of our models. We have a 12, 12, 24, the 18, 18, 36,
Okay.
24, 18, 36, and our largest pro paludarium and terrarium is the 36, 18, 36. So 36 inches tall, and they all have drains in the bottom. So that, I mean, for facilitating a water change,
Mm-hmm.
game changer. It just, because otherwise you'd have to siphon the water out or maybe
Yeah.
use a pump. I rarely see anybody use pumps, and get that water started either by sucking on the hose or using a ball valve for pumping the getting the siphon started.
Mm-hmm.
This is just open a valve into your bucket, close
Yeah.
it when it's full, and then come back and empty out more. It just makes it a dream. One thing, always recommend, take this good advice. Make sure when you install your bulkhead and are going to set up a paludarium with the terrarium, test it first.
Yeah.
Okay? I've made the mistake. Test it before you do a complete setup in it to make sure that drain is tight and it's not going to leak. And when
Okay.
done properly, they don't leak. But yeah, definitely.
Now I'm gonna ask,
Yes.
which setup did you make the mistake on? Is it for the because vampire crabs would need a little water?
No, well, luckily it wasn't something that was permanent. And it was a terrarium here at the show in May.
Okay.
So I was launching the terrariums and I set up that paludarium very quickly. I think I remember being very pressed for time that day doing my booth setup. And the during the show, all of a sudden I saw a trickle of water
You're
coming
like,
out the back
"No."
going, oh no. Oh
But
no,
it's
that
perfect
doesn't-
opportunity to talk about it.
Yeah,
though.
that doesn't look good. So now I make sure it's always part of my training because I go to the stores, I train the staff on our products and help out with reptile care. I have some stores and customers that call me from like the boonies out in the middle of nowhere and they call me for help with their reptiles that might be sick. But then, you know, I'm not a veterinarian, so
Yeah.
I can't give. I can give like a remedy, but that's not what I'm here for. I could just point them in the right direction to get help. So
Yeah. Well, they're really cool because I've seen a lot of people really start doing some neat enclosures, right? Like
Yeah.
like crocodile skates, for instance.
oh yeah,
Where
yeah.
you can have a whole water feature and they go in and out and having that ability to be able to change the water because
Mhm.
it can get dirty.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No, that's awesome. So we're getting close to the end here. Is there a product that what's your favorite? Like, is there a product that you're most even a new one that you're most excited about, or like a staple that you?
I mean, the now because they're updated, it's been 20 years. 21 years. It came out in 2004. The Exo Terra terrarium.
Okay.
This is your canvas.
Yeah.
This is the favorite product because everything else goes with it. Yeah, I mean, I love the misting systems. I love that new humidifier. I love the science that goes into the creation of the specialized lighting. But this is that home for your pet. So that is my favorite. Paludarium probably choice, and that's what I might do, a paludarium for some vampire crabs in the future, personally. But yeah, definitely the Exo Terra terrarium is it. It's been the pinnacle of reptile keeping since they came out. Because before it was like keeping reptiles in fish tanks with a screen lid on top, and it was so inconvenient for caring for your pet without having those front opening doors.
Well, and they're so aesthetically pleasing. Like they're
Yes.
nice. So I've seen people have like a full wall
Oh
set
yeah,
up with gecko enclosures,
Yeah.
right? And all bio,
Yes.
and it's a feature. You
Yeah,
know, it could be a feature in the house.
absolutely.
It looks so nice and really set up.
Yeah.
Is there a wish list species or something that you're
Species?
looking to maybe
Right.
get in the future that you're excited about?
Right now, it's hard to say because I've kept so many different things. I'm at a very busy but joyous time in my life
Yeah.
with a young family. So right now, I can't think about, but I'm constantly trying to make cool little enclosures for my spiders, and trying to recreate it as natural as possible with the pieces of rocks and wood and because I am a big outdoorsman. I go out in nature as often as I can, and I'm always looking at it and visualizing what I see in my creations. So sometimes it's not always just about the specific animal. It's about what kind of environment I want to keep and see what would be neat to dwell in it, kind of thing. Like I rarely kept snakes, but oh man, it would be really cool to set up some kind of like pine barren enclosure with a rat snake or something like that. Like I've been to in Ontario to Charleston Lake and seen the now called gray rat snakes. So I don't know what you would change a common name, but I still call them black rat snakes. But seeing those in the wild and seeing the environment they're in, and like wanting to see that little piece of nature in your home. So yeah, I can't really put my finger on it right now.
And now it's kind of switched over too. I know with myself and my husband, like with the kids, it's being able to enjoy that too with the family and seeing the the kids get really excited about seeing the animals and creating something cool. And
they do. They're still young. My eldest son, my son Ethan, is 5.
Okay.
And he likes it. When we go down and feed the tarantula or the scorpion, he likes to see that, and feeding the frogs now and again. But I think he'll be more into it when he's a little older, maybe the 7 to 8 year old phase.
Yeah.
And I'm always open if he comes to me and says I want a pet reptile, and then we'll have some fun.
Yeah, that'll be a blast, especially too when the little ones they want to start herping and they're like, "Oh, look, I caught a frog."
Who knows? I mean, it's like I have a 20-month-old daughter, and she may end up more into it than he is. I don't know yet, but I'm excited to discover and find out.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Pleasure.
It's we're going to be here all day. So if you can make it out to the expo today, and Fat Man actually on Fat Man Nation is going to be having a bunch of vendors coming on today and to talk about different projects that they're working, what we have available here, and just getting to know the vendors and the people in the hobby. Before we end for the day, did you want to share socials, where people can find you, get a hold of you?
Well, I was mentioning before, there's Exo Terra Canada, Facebook and Instagram. So you can comment and message us on there. Also through the company Hagen. That's the parent company. So if you need customer service help, however, it's like you'll still find that through the Exo Terra website that leads you to that. So it all points in the right direction to get you the help that you need with your products. Otherwise, find us here at the show, and keep an eye out for when we're going to be at other events. We don't get to go to all of them, but we're at some of the major ones.
No, that's awesome. Well, thanks again for being here, and definitely everyone, if you come by CRB, come and check out the Exo Terra setup and come and talk to Jesse.
Yep, I'd love to meet
He's
you.
Gonna be here. You'll be able to, you can pick his brain.
That's what I'm here
and
for.
check out all the different awesome enclosures and accessories. So thanks again for coming by and watching us live. It's a weird kind of transition because I'm not used to being here with everybody, but I do appreciate you coming out. For those of you who are going to check it later, thanks for coming for the replay. And I will see you next. Oh, the camera's there. See, I keep looking here, but it's there.
Yes.
And I'll see you next Sunday. And again, have a great rest of your week.
Shake your dreams from your hair. I'm already there, right beside you.